1490 WLCX, real news and great conversation for La Crosse. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With Civic Media News, I'm Terry Miller. Governor Tony Evers says Wisconsin is ready to handle any federal election investigation, even as questions come about FBI activity in the state. Evers says he hasn't been briefed on any widespread probe, but insists safeguards are in place to protect election integrity. Reports say federal agents have been asking questions in Milwaukee about how elections work and looking into claims about the 2020 vote. The FBI has not explained the scope or purpose of its activity, and some officials have called the situation unusual. 23 previously rejected ballots in Madison are now being counted after a court order. A judge ruled the ballots should be included, and the State Elections Commission signed off on the results late last week. Supporters say the decision protects voters who did nothing wrong, while a lawsuit is still moving forward on behalf of nearly 200 affected voters. That case claims the city violated their voting rights and is seeking damages. A lawsuit challenging the legality of ICE detainers must remain under the jurisdiction of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. The ruling rejected an attempt by 5 county sheriffs to move the case to federal court. The lawsuit contends that honoring an ICE detainer constitutes an arrest. Police in Wisconsin can't make arrests based on certain ICE warrants. The ACLU previously alleged ICE sends detainers for people with no criminal records and people who have charges pending in Wisconsin courts. And police in the Badger State will be closely watching your shoulder. If you're driving in Wisconsin, expect more seatbelt enforcement as a statewide safety campaign gets underway. The Click It or Ticket effort runs through May 31st, with extra patrols and a focus on getting drivers and passengers to buckle up. Officials say crashes last year involving people without seatbelts led to 145 deaths and more than 1,800 injuries. More news can be found at civicmedia.us.
The Cubs and the Crew tonight. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Game 2 of the Cubs and Brewers at Wrigley Field. The Brewer bats were hot last night. Jeff Levering.
Jake Bauers now. And a drive to right. This ball is hammered way back and gone. A 3-run shot for Bauers, and the Brewers have put up a snowman at Wrigley. My, oh my, was that ball touched.
That made it 8-0 Milwaukee. The Brewers with a 9-3 win at the friendly confines. Pat Murphy.
Bauers was incredible again. He's been swinging the bat incredibly good, and Churio and Vaughn and Frelick gets the big hit there. Joey Ortiz had a great game.
The Cubs would not score until the 5th against Brandon Sproat.
You know, their guys, Sproat's good at is keeping the ball on the ground. That's what he's been good at. That's when he's had success this year. That's what he's done. It was a night that the ball needed to be in the air, and he kept it on the ground.
That's Cubs manager Craig Counsell with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
A few lingering showers this morning, then mostly cloudy. It's going to be a little breezy and cool with temperatures hovering in the upper 50s to low 60s here for most of the day. Tonight, partly cloudy, will drop to around 41. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high right around 60. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your La Crosse News Roundup from WLCX. Find more news anytime at lacrosseeagle.com. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.